Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Susan Elizabeth Pearson. She was only 30 years old. It says she was born October 1st, 1935. She disappeared March 13th, 1966. She went missing under mysterious circumstances, Missoula, Montana. She was a graduate student and instructor at the University of Montana at the time of her disappearance. She disappeared days before she was scheduled to submit, this one says, her doctoral thesis, as well as administer an exam for business course she was teaching. Somewhere else it says that's the day she was supposed to give them the exam. I don't know if she'd given them the exam yet or not. Searches for her provided unsuccessful, and her apartment was undisturbed. Her car was discovered abandoned in a business district of Missoula with her purse, keys, and other belongings inside. In 1970, they found bones they thought were hers. You can pause this and read it if you want to. But then later they decided they were a bear's bones or something about their wrists being larger or something. She was born, okay, we already got that, October 1st, 1935, Portland, Oregon, daughter of David and Agatha Pearson. Her father was an insurance agent. She was a granddaughter of Democratic State Senator Walter Pearson. She had one younger brother, David, a younger sister, Virginia. She was working as a part-time instructor at the University of Montana, and they said that one or two of the students had threatened her because she had given them poor grades. She was working hard in completing her doctoral thesis through the University of Oregon. She was last seen March 13th, 1966 by friends on campus. She was scheduled to administrate a business administration exam that day, but failed to arrive. So she was on the campus and supposed to give an exam, and she disappeared. Okay, at the time of her disappearance, she had been last seen wearing slacks, a green car coat with plaid lining, 2 diamond rings. Susan King, a nightclub singer and friend, had told law enforcement that she had visited her the night before she disappeared, and said that she seemed nervous, agitated, and depressed. She was upset. She said it was just a different Sue. So it says that she was alleged, and with those students threatening her, maybe she was scared. It says that she was alleged that in the past, not that day, that she had considered leaving and starting a new life. March 17th, Pearson's vehicle was found abandoned in business district of Missoula with her purse, car keys, and identification inside, but there was no money in there. She was reported missing the following day, March 18th. It was reported that Pearson was also scheduled to turn in her doctoral thesis, though her father later stated it was an anthropology essay that was due. 2 checks for her totaling $1,200 were left unclaimed. They were never cashed, so they believe that she didn't leave on her own accord. And it says her apartment was undisturbed, but her brother stated that appeared as though she had left in a hurry. He said there was a tea kettle that had been left boiling on the stove, and the porch light she always left on, somebody had turned it off. So the tea kettle hadn't been turned off, and the porch light had been turned off. So it sounds like something might have happened to her at her home. So it makes me wonder, did she actually show up? Did they think they saw her and saw somebody else? Did she actually ever show up at the university? Or did she disappear the night before or that morning whenever she turned the tea kettle on? So, and then it says 1 or 2 boys who got poor grades in one of her courses was threatening to wreck her car. So she was being threatened. And then somebody claimed that Pearson had been sighted at the top of Lolo Pass, but they couldn't find any evidence that she had been there, except for the fact that somebody saw her there. In May 1966, her family hired a former FBI agent, private detective from Billings, to investigate her disappearance. And then October 29, 1970, they found bones an arm and a hand, and they found him in the Blue Mountain region where they thought she had been killed, and they were found by several students. The sheriff examined the bones, and he thought they may have been 4 or 5 years old, and they thought they were human, but pathologists believed the bones were not human and might have belonged to a bear instead, because they thought the bones were too large in comparison to the length of the fingers in the wrist. So they're not sure what happened to her. If you have any information, please contact authorities. Feel free to leave comments. This is the Charlie Project, and talks about what she was wearing, the color of her hair. It says blonde, red hair. Some places say brown, reddish hair. Dark colored blemishes on her cheek, size 6 shoe. So, and this says that her purse didn't have any money in it. This is 1966, and her purse didn't have any money in it, which sounds like somebody took the money out, right? And so let's see, and this is the pictures of her. Very beautiful young lady, right? 30 years old, only about 4'11" to 5'1". So she was about 5 foot tall, and she only weighed about 100 pounds. Very tiny. March 13th, 1966. So, if you have any information at all, please contact authorities and let them know. Feel free to leave comments. Like I said, don't forget to pray for her family, her loved ones, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.